An audio recording that was presented during yesterday's testimony exposed a lot about the emotional state of Johnny Depp during his fights with Amber Heard. But before I continue, I must warn you that the details you are about to hear are graphic in nature and are not suitable for all audiences. With that out of the way though, let's continue. The actor's lawyer asked him about the recording as he took to the stand for the final time in his defamation case. 2 months after Amber filed for divorce in 2016, there was a pretty graphic incident that took place. In one part, Amber can even be heard begging Depp to put the knife down. Depp seemed to be at his absolute breaking point in this clip, which is evident when he says to Amber, "Take my blood," because it was the only thing she didn't have. When asked by his lawyer about the incident in question that took place in San Francisco, Depp replied, "I was quite confused. I'd been summoned to her at that point since all the news was about the fact I'd allegedly done all these horrible things. I met with her in the hope that she would retract her lies, that the world was now fed, had been fed. In no way was she ready to do that. I couldn't understand why I was there." He went on to say, "Everything had been taken from me. My children couldn't escape the fact that all of this had gone down." However, when asked about why he would threaten to hurt himself, Depp said, "I thought Miss Heard had brought me to San Francisco. It was clear under false pretenses. I don't know what she was after. I had a knife in my pocket. I took the knife out and said, 'Here, cut me. That's what you want to do. You've taken everything. You want my blood. Take it.'" In response, Amber kept saying no, 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 and continued to ask Depp to put the knife down. He then said that because he was at his wit's end, he felt broken enough to harm himself, especially if she wasn't going to do it. Closing out his response to the tape, he said, "The only answer was here, cut me. That's all I have left to give you. There was no threat to Miss Heard. It was about spilling my blood. It was the only thing she didn't have. I was broken and really at the end." And the court also got to hear a very tearful phone conversation between Johnny and Amber after their divorce, where she challenged him about his claims that she had beat him up. In the clip, Amber says, "Tell the world I, Johnny Depp, a man, am a victim of domestic violence, and see how many people believe or side with you." And the Daily Mail also reported on another dramatic phone call between Heard and Depp that Johnny said took place sometime between May and July of 2016. In the audio, Amber not only challenged Depp to take her to court to see who would believe him, but she also said, "I don't know how to get my reputation back." And in response, Depp said, "We write a letter together saying we're going to take this out of the public eye, saying that the media has created such a hateful storm that it's sickening, that we love each other, and that we're going to make sure each other is okay." This next exchange between the two, though, really opens the can of worms on where this all really started. As to not miss anything, I'll just read the transcript of the call according to the Daily Mail's reporting. "Heard, you have no idea. Every ounce of credibility has been taken from me and done so in a dishonest way. Depp, the abuse thing, we've got to deal with that. Why did you put it out there?" Heard, "I did not. You forced me to. Your team forced me to by going on the offense. I promise. Look up the timeline. Forget it. You don't believe what I say. I did not choose this." Depp, "I did not put this anywhere. Let me talk to the effing team." Heard, "I did not call the cops. I did not give them any statement. I was trying to protect you. The last time it got crazy between us, I really thought I was going to lose my life." Depp, "I lost an effing finger. I had a can of mineral spirits thrown at my effing nose." Heard, "Tell people it was a fair fight and see what the jury and judge think. Tell the world I, Johnny Depp, a man, am a victim of domestic violence, and see how many people believe or side with you." I'd love to hear your thoughts on all this though, and while you do that, I'm going to check out some of your comments from the video titled "Amber Heard Caught Lying Under Oath." Roxy Red says her attorney already stated that it was the exact makeup and that Miss Heard would testify as to how she mixed the colors for the different stages of bruising. There is no rolling that back. From what I researched, every single article claimed that she did not mention that it was the exact brand, Milani I think it was, so excuse me though for misreporting that if I did. There is certainly no rolling that back though if she did in fact submit Milani as the brand as evidence. Eric Robbins says the wording that Amber's lawyer used matters. That is why the lie will be super hard to defend. Also, that makeup compact is the evidence, not a representation of evidence, but actual evidence. It's really problematic for Amber Heard's team. Like I just said, if it is evidence and not representation, then yes, they do have a big problem on their hands now. Maria Marcus says, "I didn't believe she could get any lower. Expect anything at this point." Oh, we really should be expecting anything at this point. I mean, we've already seen a blood-covered lampshade and poop in a bed. Wolfreg says, "Milani wasn't making light of the situation, but they were attempting to disassociate their brand from the unfortunate situation in which they clearly had no part. Pretty sad when a company is not allowed to defend themselves with the truth." Well, when you can't defend, attack, right? That's definitely what Amber's team at least is doing now. A. Johnson says, "Really interesting that the metadata was wiped from Amber's evidence photo." Yeah, quite convenient timing if you ask me. That's all the time that we have for today though, folks, so stay classy, and I'll see you on the next one.